What's going on, YouTube? This is gonna be a video. I usually do shorts, but I want to try and make this video while I'm working here a little bit. So anyway, YouTube, this is one of the trades that I have as a painter, a flooring installer, electrician, plumber. I can pretty much do a lot of stuff, YouTube. This is how I make a living. It's not something I like, but I've been doing it for a long time. And I'm just ready to try something new, YouTube. I see a lot of people on the spiritual community, and I like being on the spiritual side of things, you know, on YouTube. There's some really good people out there in the spiritual community that I like listening to on YouTube. And you know, I'm like that. I've been like that for a long time. Usually I post stuff on Facebook that nobody could relate to, because that's where everything pretty much started. You know, it was MySpace way back then, and then Facebook came along, so I started using Facebook. I have an account on Facebook with my birth name, and but the stuff I say on there, nobody likes it. I don't post many pictures, only pictures maybe of myself. But I talk about the things on Facebook because it's actually what's on your mind. And I just speak what's on my mind about the things that I've pretty much went through, the things that I studied, researched from very important people. But I like being on the spiritual community. I like to see what I can do to help the folks on there. But to me, it seems like YouTube, it's like, man, okay, so there's a Roman maxim out there. It's like, you know, you can help the people out that want the help, and you become like a real diplomat of Christ, a disciple of Christ. And then the other Roman maxim is you just deceive your brother. And I feel both of those statements of the Roman maxim. I feel them both, because sometimes it's like this, YouTube. When the truth comes around and it represents itself in front of the lie, a lot of the people will just they get scared, YouTube. They get scared because they want to know, they want to know what they're talking about, these content creators on there. And I feel like a lot of them come on my Facebook page and they get what I'm saying. Because let me tell you what, when I first started going on YouTube the first few years ago and listening to people, I mean, I made some comments, it pissed some people off. I didn't want to step on anyone's toes though, but I made some comments that made a lot more sense than what the person was throwing out, and I thought I was helping them, and really they were just mad, like they were just jealous. So that's what I mean about the Roman maxim, you know, when you don't want to throw that truth out to everybody. Not everybody deserves to know what the truth is, you know. You got to be really built for that shit inside and out, YouTube. I mean, you can talk about that shit, all you people that's awakened, so-called awakened, and you get all your information from books but never walk the walk. You can only talk it because you read about it. I mean, it's alright. I mean, what can I say, you know? That's your life, you know, but my life is different. And so that's why I don't like throwing many things out about my life, you know? It's none of your business. But I just wanted to come on here and make a video about what's going on with this spiritual community out there, with the soothsayers, because I mean, I'm not an angel, guys, you know. I've done some things in my past, and then I learned my lessons from, you know, for many years. I mean, just learned my lessons, and I've been straightforward, man. I don't really hang around people. I used to when I was younger, but Ain't nobody to hang around with when you're when you reach a certain, part uh, of what you know. You, you just cut away from all that stuff. Like how I'm cutting in right here, but I'm gonna end up painting the whole thing, but I'm acting like I'm cutting in. But it's the same color. So what I'm saying there, YouTube, is just y'all just keep your head on your shoulders, use discernment on what you're listening to, what you're feeding yourself. What you're feeding the mind. And just be real careful at it. Use discernment. One day, in good time, everybody will get to that certain point in life, I guess, that they need to get to. But as far as helping out the spiritual community, like I said, man, I tried, but they want to take that shit and act like they fucking heard it or made that shit up themselves, and they want to act like they're all right, like they're some kind of fucking Nostradamus or something like that, And it makes me laugh, because you go on my fucking pages way back from 2017, especially in 2019, everything I talked about it from 2017 to 19 till now, it's happening. And the people on YouTube, I tried telling them that. I tried telling the people on Facebook that, but hey, look, man, they look at you like you're crazy. It's he needs to be in a psycho ward because I'm not like the rest of the psychos out there, And so I distance myself, from stuff like that. I use my discernment, and I know the real can recognize the real, basically, is what I'm saying. You just got to get to that level. Once you get to that level, you'll understand what I'm talking about. A lot of people, like I say, man, they just like to talk the talk, but never did the walk, And it's funny. It's really funny how even in the spiritual community there can be a lot of jealousy, more than anything out there in the world. But there's some stuff going out there in the world, and yeah, there's wars and stuff going on out there. But that's really nothing to have no thought about. I mean, yeah, we're all gonna worry about stuff like that, but as far as but Jesus was really preaching on things like this. He said, take no thought. Take no thought about this stuff. When you start thinking about it and you give it the thought, I mean, just imagine what are you feeding? You got two wolves in you, a good wolf and a bad wolf. You're gonna feed the good one, or you're gonna feed the bad one with your thoughts. So be the shepherd of your thoughts, guys and ladies out there. Be the shepherd of your thoughts, and everything will be good and fine, all in good time. Like I said, like what Jesus said, take no thought and you'll be good. The door's starting to dry up nice. I gave it one coat, and that's pretty much all it needed because I was doing a touch-up. But as touching up, I wanted to tell you guys a little bit about myself and how I started on social media. And I started on Facebook. I still go on Facebook a lot and go on there. And I guess that's where everything started. But I'm going to try my best to do more stuff here on YouTube, make more videos on YouTube about what's hidden from everyone, in plain sight too. So when people say they talk about the government, they lied, they're hiding stuff, man, everything is in plain sight. Everything. It's just you never had the time to look it up and do your own research on what's really happening, because you were busy working, your job don't let you do much. You see, but I've been working for myself for a lot of years. And I've been by myself for a lot of years. I want to say pretty much all my life, you know, still like, you know, a little bit after high school, you know. Friends went to jail, friends went to the service, you know. Me, on the other hand, I had a family, kids, house, all that good stuff, you know. And I'm glad I got to experience all that stuff, you know, on this great adventure that I'm on. And I may not be with my family living with them, but I'm like this close to them. You know, they know me and I know them. But it's just, you know, they know my ways. And maybe, you know, it's a hard way to walk. You know, what can I say? I'm not going to sit here and talk about myself. It's something I can't do. But I'll talk about what I did do, you know, and what did happen. But I would never brag about myself, about the things I've done, even doing something like this, you know. Anybody can do something like this. You just got to have a little bit of patience in everything that you do, and have a little bit of, you know, set that mind to the things that you want to do, whether it be painting, cutting in, you know, spraying, you know, brushing, rolling. Whether you're doing a floor, you know, and you're doing a knockdown floor, and then you need to coat it with a coating. I mean, there's man, I've been in the construction world for all my life. I mean, this is, you know, pretty much how I got the body. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, back in the days I worked out and everything, but I mean, when you get older, you know, body starts to hurt, especially from construction work. And construction work really kept me fit, kept the six-pack on me, kept me sweating. You see, like, this is an outside job right now, so I'm sweating a little bit. I just came from inside doing some inside stuff. I was here yesterday doing some inside stuff. I work nights, so I do fire watch at night, you know, security. And so after my security job, then I go hop into, you know, my trade work. And my trade work could be, you know, painting, you know, anything that has to do with the house from the inside out. You know, I got you. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's fun. But like I said, I want to get. I'm ready for a little change, and something great is gonna happen to where I'm not doing this too much. But I sure would like to show people how, you know, to do this stuff, and because I mean, it's very relaxing. As you can see, yeah, there's no one here with me today. It all depends on the size of the job. I'll get a helper for, you know, a day, a week. All depends on the size of the job, what I need the helper for. Because a lot of the times myself can do, you know, the work for 3 or 4 men, especially when it comes to laying tile. I mean, when I first got into construction, I was a tile setter, and I did everything. You know, I damn near stick a whole, you know, 2,000 square foot house, you know, walls and floors and fireplace, backsplashes, and, you know, by myself. Take me like a week to do it, you know what I mean? And sometimes I had some help as I got older, but when I was younger, you know, and in my 20s and 30s, yeah. So I still like to work like that. I'm more peaceful by myself, but like I said, you know, sometimes the help is good. I don't really like to go back behind a sloppy person, especially when it's time for painting and stuff like that. And it has happened like recently too, but it's all good, you know. It was a learning experience. But YouTube, you guys have a good day. I just wanted to make a video. I didn't know it was going into almost 15 minutes right now. Right now this is starting to set up on the first coat. It's starting to dry. I may give it a second coat again, very light second coat, and finish up a little bit of stuff on the inside, and that'll be a wrap for the day, and then I can go get a little bit of rest before I go in for the night fire watch tonight. So anyway, guys, you have a good one, and stay blessed up, stay fit spiritually, mentally, and have a good heart always. And that's it, YouTube. You guys take care.